Hello, welcome to another episode of Constitutionalist Podcast. I am your host, Joseph M. Leonard. That's L-E-N-A-R-D. It looks French. It's not. It's Leonard without an O. Thank you for tuning in. As Graham Norton used to say on his show, let's get on with the show! Going to join me today. I should have double-checked the pronunciation before I hit record. Daniel, well, that part's right, easy. Lugo?
You were right the first time, Lugo.
Lugo, okay. It reminds me of, I'm here in Detroit, the old Faygo pop commercials. Which way did he go? He went for Faygo. Well, which way did he go? He went for Lugo. Daniel Lugo is going to join me to talk about Crohn's disease and other things, as I had told him about coming on the show. In February of 2025, I did a couple of health weeks. I had people on before that and people on since, not as a special defined week, talking different health-related things. But I don't know anything about Crohn's disease, so I think it's time I get educated, and perhaps you in the audience. I know a little more about Parkinson's, not to try to equate anything, because I don't know. I only mentioned Parkinson's because we had a friend of my sister's live with us for a while that had it. And next time I'm at the doctor, I've got to be started to check because I'm getting uncontrolled shakes on occasion in my right extremity. So it's like, but anyway, welcome to the show, Daniel Lugo.
Thank you, Joseph, for having me on. And it's a great pleasure to talk about my experience with Crohn's and anything that you want to know.
Before we get to that, let's do the usual. Where were you born and raised? Where are you now? I know because you told me before I hit record, but where are you now? Places you may have been, between birth and now and whatnot, those sorts of nitty gritty. How much time and for what did you spend in prison? And for the benefit of the transcript, he's laughing. He knows it's a joke, but go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, so I was born in a city called Maracaibo, Venezuela. It's been recently on the news, but I was born there.
You don't say. Huh? A little bit of excitement down there.
Yes, a lot of excitement from my end. But I am in Houston now. I've been living the Houston area for a while. I just hate traffic coming in, trying to get here on time. That's why I moved the podcast to be a little bit later, because I knew I was gonna hit traffic. So I'm glad that we got the chance to be here together. And yeah, that's a little bit of my story on my end of, my experience coming over from another country and having a different culture.
Yeah. What year did you come from Venezuela?
2016.
Okay, so that was still post-Chavez Maduro era, right?
Yeah, it was post-Chavez and Maduro. It was 3 years after Maduro took power, because Maduro took power in March 2013. So,
and before the rigged re-election that he lost, that he refused to then give up power.
They lost all of them, in my thinking. But,
that's usually what happens with communist dictatorial regimes. They rig every election, but yet we have Americans, of course, talk about election denial like crazy here. And, when you get shenanigans go on here, because we don't want our elections to turn into what they are in the Soviet Union or Venezuela or Cuba or Iran or China.
The podcast is not about politics, but I just want to say something that I think that people will want to hear. Be glad that you have a boat. Boat. You have a voice. Boat. That's all you
Yeah.
have to do. That
Yeah.
that's everything that you need to do and everything you need. Like for me, if in 98 people would have voted, I don't think Chavez would have been in power. Be glad that you have an American system that has worked. In 200 and almost 50 years, the country has done amazingly. And there are countries that are below that have gone for centuries, being there millenniums. So it is be glad that you have a country. I'm glad that I am an American, that I'm here. I'm happy that, I have my Venezuelan roots, but I'm happy that I am an American too. So I know this
Right.
podcast is not about politics, but I just wanted the people to know that, be glad that you have a system that works.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to teach me one or two Venezuelan things, which then wouldn't be cultural appropriation. It's called the Great Melting Pot here in America for a reason. We are the most diverse and uh, inclusive nation this planet has ever seen. And you say this particular episode isn't necessarily supposed to be about politics, but yeah, I do politics here all the time. Constitutionalist is all about biblical community versus worldly communism. A big difference. Whoops, can hear the alarm going off to remind me to make sure if I didn't start the Zoom room by now to start it so I wouldn't be late since we're both a little early. I always like to come in early because otherwise I'll get involved in something else, get distracted and forget. And then if I don't set the alarm, it's like, uh-oh, at any rate. So indeed, tell us a little bit about the journey Crohn's has put you on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything more about it than the TV commercials peddling drugs for it. That's all I know. So fill me and the viewers in.
So I want to start from the very beginning. When I started to having some issues, some symptoms, and we didn't
Which
know. We went
were,
to I was seeing blood in the stool.
oh,
So we knew something was wrong. At first, I thought, this might be, just today, and then tomorrow it's gonna get fixed, but it didn't get
right.
fixed. So we
Hey,
had to go to,
everybody occasionally has hemorrhoids act up, right? Even at a young age, that can happen. But when it's happening more and more and more, and it's happening on a regular basis, you got to get checked.
yeah, and if I were to fix something, that would be I would get checked earlier than I did. But the doctor, when I went to, he said, you probably have two things. Either you have Crohn's disease or you have colon cancer. And I was like, on the one hand, I don't know anything about Crohn's, right? Crohn's disease, it sounds scary, but I don't know anything about it.
You were in the same boat I still am. Don't know anything. Yeah.
Then on the other hand, I had colon cancer, and the word cancer is already big enough. So I was like, oh my God. And when after that, I couldn't, think of what's gonna be my life. It's like it's either or. It's not that I'm gonna have none. It's either or. And then in the end, it turned out after doing a colonoscopy, it turns out that I had Crohn's disease. And for those of you that don't know that what Crohn's disease is, it's a disease in the colon and in the digestive system. So there are two. There is ulcerative colitis that is just in the colon, and then Crohn's disease, it goes from your mouth to your colon.
Oh, wow. All the way through the system, huh?
Yeah, so the whole digestive system is affected by Crohn's. And it changed my life a whole lot. And it has taken me on a journey, an unforgettable one, a lot of hardships, but now I'm clear and I want to express my message to those that are recently diagnosed with Crohn's, those that are currently living with Crohn's, and to being aware to something that is becoming more common in today's society that people don't know about.
So you said you're clear. So, like cancer, it can be treated and go in remission?
No, right now I'm not in remission. I am, what I mean by clear is that I have a clear mind, a clear spirit.
Oh, okay.
I'm still living with Crohn's disease. I have a medicine for it. I take it each day. So I don't know if you have seen it, Rinvoq, that's my medicine. So it has been a journey because they couldn't figure out what exactly was. So in the diagnosis, they had Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. So they had both. I said to myself, bingo. I was like, it's not one, it's two of them. So, okay. And then they decided to try one medicine. It worked for a while. I had to go through another surgery. So in total, 8 surgeries I had to go through
Oh.
without counting the
It,
minor surgeries.
in a way, cancer is almost like chemo and done, but this has been multiple surgery journey, huh?
Yeah, it's a multiple surgery journey, but I take my hat off to those that are going through cancer because the chemo is actually something that is ruining your body because
Yeah,
it's a medicine
I
so
didn't
strong.
I didn't choose the hairdo. The hairdo or the lack thereof chose me. I had leukemia, blood cancer in 2010. I'm in remission, but yeah, the chemo and everything caused the hair to come out. So I keep it shaved now. But yeah, and even after the drugs, then for a period of several weeks, they put me through arsenic treatment. Arsenic, which is another poison, but little bits of poison to kill other poisonous cells, and you hope it doesn't kill the patient. And in my case, I was lucky it didn't kill me. It made me better. So you're on a drug, you'll need to be on it the rest of your life then?
I would probably guess so. It's more of what the doctor decides to do. I I don't want to risk it. Like I said, I've gone through 8 surgeries, so I don't want any more. Even though if I go through one more, it's like one more, one less, But I want to finish it here. I'm currently writing my book, talking about all my story, everything, every single detail. I'm working on finishing the book and publishing it. I will let you know once I release it, so that you can,
I'll have to have you back later.
for
Yeah.
sure, for
Uh,
sure, I will welcome the opportunity anytime.
but I don't. I'm sure you will take this in the spirit it's intended. It's a good thing you had it at a younger age, though, than an older age. Like with me, if the cancer would have come, 10 years later, or if it were a cancer that would have required surgery with my other health issues, so many surgeries have become fairly routine, but there's no such thing as a guarantee. Any surgery of any kind that you go under anesthetic is a risky surgery. You may not come out of it. So when your body is younger and you're more youthful, able to handle it and to recover after a surgery, that's not a it's a small blessing. It's certainly not it'd be a great blessing to not have it, but it's a small blessing that you had it at young age and you're able to bounce back a little more. I think you understand what I'm saying, yes?
Yes, but the point I will argue, even though it was a struggle, I will say that it was a blessing in disguise. Because I wouldn't be doing this podcast with you right now if I didn't go through it. If I wouldn't be writing my book.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. I'd love to, would have talked to you anyway, probably because of what's going on in Venezuela. So, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yes.
So I will tell to people, it's like, if you're going through something hard right now, just know that it's a blessing in disguise. So there's a saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yes.
So I agree with that.
Yes.
So everything, you can learn so many things from going through hardships. I learned so many things that people ask me if you could go back and undo everything that could happen, that did happen. I would say no, because I'm better right now than I was before.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I hear you. Like my book, my latest book, you can see in the video behind the scenes if you're looking there, swirling around in the background here, called Complicated Life and Living. Indeed, life is complex, and we're not promised the old Lynn Anderson song, I never promised you a rose garden. The world is a rough place, and I forget if it's the Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, or a short story, A Lasting Legacy, that I indeed refer to that line as you did. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Indeed, that there's may not make you happy, but it makes you stronger.
if I will say to people, if you keep living the same life, you will be the same person, right? But when you go down, you have the possibility of going back stronger. Okay, there are some people that when they go down, they really go down, and there's no turning back.
But at
And
a
that happens a
time,
lot.
yeah, other times you almost need a rock bottom to then launch, as you're implying, like a rocket to a new, better, best life. Yes.
I believe God put me through that because he knew that I will get through it. And I will say to people, God puts you there because you can do it. He knows that you can, and he knows that faith gets tested in the wrong times. In the bad time, faith is tested, not in the good times, because it's easy to have faith in the good times,
Yeah.
but it's hard to have faith in the hard times.
Yeah.
So he
Uh,
goes through that with every single one of us. You went through leukemia. I went through Crohn's disease, and
yeah.
every single person is different. So my blessing in disguise was having Crohn's disease. I wouldn't be as close as I am to my sister. I earned friends. Of course, I've lost friends. That's okay. That's life. But life, like you said, is complex. And the more we realize that it's not on us. There's so much that we can do. Like, there's people that wait for God to send them the perfect job. God will put you in an opportunity, but you have to work yourself to get there. And
Yeah.
he will work with you every single step of the way until you're ready, and he will present the opportunity.
Yeah.
That's when, not before when you're not ready.
Right. It's like the Longfellow, and I quote Longfellow in a few of my books. In four, I've got Complicated is now the fourth in my Life and Living series of books. In two of them, I think I directly quote Longfellow in his Rainy Day poem. In every life, a little rain, both literal and figurative, is going to fall. As you said, there's going to be ups and downs, and understanding, and all four books in the Life and Living series talk about that. It's how we react to it, right? It's like the old Chumbawamba song, right? I get knocked down, but I get up again. Right? It's
I don't know about
whether
this.
you, oh, you don't know that song? Oh, it's an old
No.
80s, or is it a 90s song from some Australian band? Yeah. Chumbawamba. I forget what the song's titled. Everybody calls it I Get Knocked Down, but I don't think that's the title. Because that's the line. I get knocked down, but I get up again. No, you're never going to keep me down. It's like a good positive attitude song, really, right? Shit happens. Sorry for the language, folks, but indeed, shit happens. It's how it's like in also my CTP 3 and 4 books. Anger is a normal human emotion. It's not a sin like hubris is. Anger is going to happen on occasion. We're going to get upset, but how do we react to it? How do we channel that anger, right? Like you and the Crohn's, how do you channel that challenge to then spin something good out of it? Yes?
No, and I will say it here, and I'm thinking of it once you were talking. Like in when you plant a seed, you need rain.
Yep.
You need rain and sunlight. So it's both ways.
You need
You
balance, right? There's
you
balance.
need balance. If
Yep.
you have too much water, the plant dies. If you have
Now
too much
that's
sunlight.
even true of humans. People have died. People are stupid. People don't just die of alcohol poisoning. People have literally the idiotic jug water challenges. You can drink too much water too quickly, which thins out your blood and means the oxygen level is thrown off, and you can actually die of asphyxiation due to too much water. So, yeah, too much water bad, not enough water bad. You need a balance, you need some good. And yeah, you can't appreciate the positive days if you don't have the bad days to compare them to, right? If you have all good and coast through life and never had any challenges, you're not you weren't battle hardened. You're soft. Yes.
No, and then I wouldn't think that in this life you will be as strong as you are, and I will be as strong as I am if we didn't go through the hard times, the rain, right? Because like you said, you only see the positive once you see the negative.
Yep. Yep.
We're so used to looking at only the negative that we forget about the positive.
I'm
So, for example, we look through life and you often take for granted that you wake up. There are people that die in their sleep. So, looking at that and being knowing those little things that are positive will make your life a lot more happier. And once you take into yourself that you will go through hard times, and I know this will not be my only hard times.
right.
You know, once I'm done with this one, I know there's another one coming.
You're sensible, reasonable, understand. Again, human nature, the human condition. This is a fallen world. We're hoping to go to a better place eventually. But I grabbed behind my green screen while you were talking a couple of memes. This one here says you have to train your mind to be stronger than your feelings, or else you will lose yourself, from Proverbs. And another one is not from the Bible, but it's very biblical like. Life is so ironic, as we were talking. It takes sadness to know what happiness is, noise to appreciate silence, and absence to value presence. Isn't that profound?
No, that's the way to go. I would agree. It's like thinking of like there's only positive in life. That's wrong. That's wrong because even in when you think about it, there's a lot of wrong things in this world. But you can be the positive. You can be the light in the world, and that is what Jesus said.
You at least can try. You may not succeed, but I have other memes too. You've said it, planting seeds. Like I talk in my life and living series books, planting seeds of good, sow the seeds of good, and leave it for God. It's then God's job to water and nurture those seeds that you plant in others to hopefully make them grow into better people.
I completely agree. And then, like you said, we are planting the seed in other people, and that's what we're doing in this podcast. Okay, we're planting a seed, and then once they see it and think, "Oh wow, what I'm going through," And I said it to myself. I had to go through an iron infusion. And then once I was signing in, they asked me for my name and the reason I was there. I put my name, Daniel Lugo. And then for the reason I was there, I was iron infusion. But I look at the people before me and they all were chemotherapy. And I was like, I'm going through nothing compared to them.
Yeah, and they may look at you and think otherwise, but yeah, it's because, like I said, like with chemo, with me, it was a period of 2 months, and then it's either you're in remission or make your cemetery plans, right? Whereas yours is dragged out a lot more with 8 surgeries. I don't say that to be morbid. I say that to be a realist, right? We all began dying the day we were born. Some of us just land up in the ground quicker. Like my mother's brother died the day after birth. I mean, he had no chance of living any life. So we're not promised a short or long period, which is a key theme in a short story, A Lasting Legacy. It's actually a novelette, but the short story part is Ryan's life is cut shorter than the general expected life expectancies of our time. Also, I didn't bring you on to promote only my books, but I'm going to mention another one. In my How to Write a Book and Get It Published, Hints, Tips, and Techniques, I say don't ever give away your title. So don't give away your title, but you should have a working title that won't be the title, that you can kind of say what the book's about and it's the name of the project. Do you have a working title for your book?
Yes, I do. And I like it so much, I think it's gonna be the title.
I don't know if you should give it then, but share if you want to.
I found it because it's, let me put it this way. I'm not gonna give it away since that's your tip to me, but
The
I'm gonna
general
give it.
rule, somebody will steal it. Somebody will use AI, create a book real quick and throw it out before your book does. So yeah, never give away your real, like complicated was the working title was complexity. Similar, but somewhat different, but related. So I could talk about my book Complexity because that wasn't going to be the title. So yeah, come up with another title that isn't
Let,
going to
let,
be.
let me say it's close to the name of my podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's called Out of the Gray. The podcast is called Out of the Gray. So that gives you some kind of leap of what the book is gonna be like. I'm not gonna give you the name. I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited for the book.
I like that. That's kind of a little play off of Out of the Blue in a way.
It's like, no, if I continue talking, I'm gonna give away the
Oh,
title.
okay. Yeah, I don't want you to do that.
I'm thinking of a way of not saying it, but if I continue on, I think I'm gonna say it.
It's going to
So
slip out. Yeah.
yeah, so I think if I continue talking, I'm gonna give it away. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop it right
Well,
here.
suffice to say, Out of the Gray is not about little gray aliens, right?
That's sufficient to say. It goes along. It goes along the lines of what we're talking about here, coming from
Yes.
our downs
Yes.
to our ups, and how we go up to our downs. So
Well,
that's the whole theme of the book.
thank you, Daniel Lugo, for coming on. Now, do you have like my Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You book? I used Terror Strikes. I could say that title because there's already thousands of books by that title, and the subtitle is what distinguishes it from others. So I had my site, terrorstrikes.info, up before months before the book was ever published. And as a matter of fact, you could go to terrorstrikes.info/status and see the stages I was going through, you know, design and development and cover art, blah, blah, blah. These are the stages the book's in till it came out. Do you have like an author site that isn't your book title, or do you have a website, or your podcast? Does it have a website?
As of now, I don't have a website for the podcast. You can follow me on D Lugo Official on YouTube. That will lead you right to the videos I make and the podcast I make. The same as for Instagram and TikTok. So D Lugo Official. So that's where you can find me. I'm working on trying to get a website. And talking about it here about the book, you just gave me an idea, and I had to write it down.
Good.
I had to write a book, write it down for the book. I want to grab my notebook because I think
Sure,
I
go
think I'm
right
gonna
ahead.
forget it. I'm gonna forget it.
Hey, that's a hint, tip, or technique. Write things down, or grab your smartphone, dictate yourself an email and email it to yourself when you got the idea. That way you can look back on it later, because indeed, otherwise you may forget. So we've discussed health. We've discussed writing and publishing. We've just any last thing you'd like to talk about as we wrap up?
No, I think what I have to tell people is that don't focus on the bad things in life.
You're selling my books. That's exactly my books. Yeah, focus on positives. Try to do positive. Stop focusing on the negative. You're selling my books for me. Thank you so much, Daniel. You're not getting a commission, though. Yeah.
I have another analogy that I think people will like. You know, in math, once you multiply a positive by a negative, it becomes a negative, right? It's not the other way around. So
That's
if you have
good.
a positive
You know
mindset
what?
and
I might steal that for my next book.
I'm
That's a
just giving
very
away stuff.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. I like that. That's great. Yeah, you better trademark that real quick, or I might steal it. Yeah, that's why I trademark the title of my show.
No, that's a great idea. I might have to because I'm spelling out my ideas here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, ideas are not copyrightable. A term or a phrase is potentially trademarkable, but that's why there are so many books about similar things, but phrased differently.
Okay.
At any rate,
I wrote my book from the starting to the end. It is a process. It's not done, but it has been I'm grateful for it. It was like a kind of therapy. I didn't go to a therapist when I went through my journey, but writing the book was an amazing experience.
yeah.
And once, like I was saying, positive and negative. Don't focus on the negative because
Yeah.
it doesn't work the way around. It's not like you multiply positive and negative and it becomes
Yeah.
positive. No, it becomes a negative.
Now you're helping sell my How to Write a Book and Get It Published book. Like you said, a book is never finished. It's never done. You have to set a deadline of, okay, it's going to have to be published. It's got to come out, because you could take 100 years writing and changing and updating and upgrading and fixing things that could be said better. It's never done. There has to come a point where you've got to say, it's close enough.
Yes, I'm just trying to get it to the finish line. That's my work. I have an idea of the cover, like I said, the title, and you just in the conversation, it came to me that like the subtitle of the book, and I was like, I have to write it. So good. So
I
that's
will.
what I would like to.
I will expect a mention in your book. I will expect accreditation and attribution for that subtitle then. So I'm kidding, of course. But anyway, again, thank you, Daniel. I got to look again now. Lugo, so I pronounce it right. Daniel Lugo, Lugo. And of course, in post production, I'll put your name on the bottom in a uh, text scroll so those viewing on video will see your name scroll by the bottom of the screen or the top or wherever I lined up putting it. And yeah, let me know when the book's out so I can have you back.
Of course, I will let you know once the book is done and released so that we can have another podcast in. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. I would like to invite those that, like what I have to say to follow me on social media. As like I said, the Lugo official. You can tag me as well on the video so that we
Yeah,
can do the collaboration.
watch out for that D Lugo unofficial guy, right?
You can tag me on the video so that we can collaborate and I can share the podcast as well. So, I'm glad that I'm here. We have this opportunity for the people that are listening. The last message I have to say is be positive. Know that God is working for
Yeah,
you, not against you. So
yeah,
that's my last message that I would like to get across for the viewers and
right.
listeners.
And I normally wait until after record to say I don't know when this will release. Full disclosure, we're recording in January of 2025. It might come out February, March, it could be April. So bear that in mind. We're recording in January. Do you have a target release date? Again, you should never set anything in stone or sign a contract until the book is done. But do you have a release date that you're aiming for?
God willing, I'm aiming for my graduation, which is May the 10th.
Oh, I like that. Not correlation or corresponding. I don't know what word I'm looking for,
So
but
it's gonna be.
coincide. That's the word I'm looking for. Coincides with it.
So I wanted to be because my birthday is on May 11th, so I graduated the day before. So I wanted for all to be a big weekend.
Yeah. Oh, you do one on the 10th, one on the 11th, and the other on the 12th. Make it a trifecta.
Or maybe one in the 9th.
Yeah. 9th, 10th, 11th, or 10th, 11th, 12th. Thank you again, Daniel. Have a
Thanks
great
to
day.
you.
Take care. God bless.
God bless you too.
To his thing. Halfway through the weekend, though the clock keeps dragging, we'll sneak some fun in, and next hump day, do it again. Wednesday, hump day. Geico Camel likes it his way. Spends his time at Burger King. They cater to his thing. Wednesday, hump day, silliness in Monday through Friday grind. Wednesday, we make a twist.
So tired. So tired. Pissed off. Upset. So tired. So tired. So tired. So tired. So tired. So tired, so fucking tired. Woke up sore again, like I never slept. bottle on the nightstand, and a knot in my chest. Small things turn heavy when the body says no. Keys feel like bricks now, even crossing the room is slow. And I hate this drag, how it pulls me under. One more little task feels like thunder. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Every day feels like Monday. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Even the easy things break me. Oh! My patience is paper, my strength is sand. One more appointment, one more hand in hand. I'm mad at the mirror, mad at the floor, mad at the clock, oh, for asking for more. And I hate this drag, how it pulls me under. One more little task feels like thunder. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Every day feels like Monday. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Even the easy things break me. Hey! No weekend in sight, no off switch to find, just a long gray line running through my mind. If I snap, if I cry, let it fall, let it show. I am worn to the wire, and everybody knows I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Every day feels like Monday. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Even the easy things break me. So tired, so tired. One more step, then another.
Like and subscribe to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.
Thank you for having tuned into another Constitutionalist podcast show. I really appreciate that you stopped by. Again, please like, share, subscribe. We need you to help spread the Constitutionalist movement. Thank you again. Take care. God bless. Love you all.